oil painting. That's the thing about Russell is oil paintings look like watercolors and watercolors look like oil paintings sometimes. This is a painting from 1922, and he's using Chinese white again for that three-dimensional decoration, but he's also using it now as sort of a primer layer. So he's putting this color on top of the white, which causes the color to really become jewel-like and really pop out, just as you would in an oil painting. Russell's trip to New York City in 1903, as I mentioned before, was absolutely pivotal, and Peter said this as well. Once he gets to New York, he's introduced to all sorts of new ideas, new methods of working, new tools and techniques. And one of the concepts he's introduced to, I believe, by looking at the paintings that come back after his trip to 1903, is I believe he's introduced to the concepts that were discovered by a French chemist called Michel Chevreul. Now, artists of the day were very well versed with this research. Homer had a book of Chevreul's. Whether Russell read it or not, he was introduced to these concepts, which was placing complements together intensifies both colors. And he does that throughout this entire painting. These are all complements. He uses so much color in this painting that his signature has 4 different colors in it. Another of the many influences that took place in New York is introduction to new materials, and one of them was something called illustration board. Now the great thing about illustration board is that it's very lightweight, it's rigid, you don't need a drawing board, you don't have to pin anything out, you don't have to glue anything out, it's just flat. The problem with illustration board is that it has very acidic internal rigid material, and the top layer is a good quality drawing paper, but what happens is the acid migrates, and that's what's happened in this particular painting. And so it completely skews the meaning of this painting. It looks like smog. And really, what this would have been is leaving the white of the paper for the sky.